Yeah, Sabbath.
Especially our phones on mute. We're silent.
When y'all don't turn to face the east, you say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamkash, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barakazah, Kawa, Hayah, Ashemayim, Tamanaw, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Tabawakanaw, Kasalakanaw, Tabawakanaw, Wala, Tabi'anaw, Manisawan, Bo, Awashanaw, Ayan, Right, Kaya, Baka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Wahata Parak, Lawalum, Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayan, Alfahari, Mayan, Yabah, Azar, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Barakazah, Alitan, Lamawat, Bagal, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayasan, Shavamar, Yashab, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Bezalta, Aliyah, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Ashima, La'ah, Yakaka, Barak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makorai, Yashamar, Atnapash, Yahweh, Yashamar, Aza'at, Wabuba'at, Maita, Bai, Allah.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes
unto
the hill, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yashala shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in. From this time forth, and even forevermore.
Prayer for the cock, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Baruchah. Domanawa. The cock. La'ah. Masalah. Madawa. The cock. Latahar. Hamatazari. The cock. Lahakim. Hamakim. The cock. Arakawat. Atma'ala. The Garshan, Basham, Yahusha, the
Power in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. For the blessed Israel and the evil. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa. Wayashal. Wahabayat.
Rabayah.
Sapar. Barak. Rafa'ah. Hagun. At this time, you can say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once.
Desiree Davis,
Desiree Davis.
Davis.
all UPK,
All UPK.
UPK Minnesota.
UK, Minnesota.
July School, UPK.
July School, UK.
UPK Chicago.
UK, Chicago.
UPK Milwaukee.
UK, Milwaukee.
UPK Minnesota.
UK, Minnesota.
UPK Red.
UK, Red.
Benjamin. Jamie.
Jay.
Rockapop. Annalise. United Attachment.
Max Attachment.
Raphael.
Yeah.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. July School, UPK.
July School, UPK.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The angels.
Angels.
The generals.
Gentlemen.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
The students.
Students.
The sisters.
Sisters.
The children.
Children.
The manager and your
Man, Jimmy Yahweh.
all the generals.
All the generals.
ISUK, Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Lord, in the name of Yahweh.
bless us in Israel
Bless us in Israel.
and school.
And school.
Bless Hill Shield Protect
Bless you, should protect
loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahai. Adam Yalaka.
Adam Yalaka.
Alta Kurat.
Atakurah.
Alta Squat.
Atakurah.
Oh. Yahana.
Yahana.
Awabika. Yahama Yawan.
How many want?
Rahas.
Rahas.
Al Amaka.
Amak.
Yahweh
Yahweh.
Sawad.
What?
Wayata Yaitazwa.
Mayaka.
Altaz Wapanika.
Alta Kanda.
Amaru.
Wow.
Akawa.
Akawa.
Manakaki Dam.
Makati down.
Magawi.
Gala.
Wala'a Yazakar.
Ayat call.
Sham Yashal.
Shum Yasha'al.
Iwad.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Itazwa.
Now I taught
Laba.
the ba.
Yakhadwa.
Kat.
Alyaka.
Ayak.
Baryat.
Varia.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarak.
Ahalia.
Akol.
Arawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yashamai Aliyam.
Waya Shemai Aliyah.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'ak.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
The wall.
The ball.
Wa Amwan.
Manu.
Wa Amlak.
Manamak.
Alashak.
Palashak.
Amyashabi.
Amishari.
Hazawar.
Tazabur.
Dam Ashabor.
Mamasha.
Alwa.
Manuwa.
Imam.
Imam.
Aywa.
Aywa.
Zarawai.
Zarawa.
Labanya Lawak.
Banya Lawat.
Salat.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Madin.
Mike.
Kasiyat Sara'at.
Kasiyah Sarah.
Kayabim.
Yat.
Banakal.
Marakol.
Wayashwan.
Yashwan.
Nashamadu.
Ashmat.
Bayan Aru.
Bayandar.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
Dama.
Ladam.
Latam.
Shaitam.
Shatam.
Nada Yamaw.
Nariya Maw.
Arab.
Kara.
Wakaza'aba.
Sa'ab.
Wakazabak.
Katfa.
Wakatazalmanai.
Katzomana.
Call Nasayakam.
Korna Sarayakam.
Asar.
Shah.
Amaru.
Amar.
Nayawasha.
Narishat.
Nanwa.
Lanwa.
At.
Ah.
Nawat.
Nawa.
Alaim.
Alahai.
Alaya.
Alahaya.
Shaitam.
Shatam.
Pagoda.
Paul.
Quats.
Aquas.
Nathaniel Ka.
Manya Roka.
The Ash.
Sa'ash.
The Byri Iron.
The Bari Ayat.
Wakalahaba.
Mahal.
Alahat.
Alahat.
Aryam.
Mariam.
Kanthar Dakma.
Kandar Tak.
Basarika.
Sar.
Basawapatka.
Basupat.
Tamlaham.
Balahom.
Mala'at.
Alahat.
Hanyaham.
Payam.
Walawan.
Balawam.
Wayabakwatsu.
Ayat Crush.
Shamka.
Shakat.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashu.
Bash.
Waya Mahaw.
Ayat Bahol.
Adi Ai.
Adi Ai.
Waya Kapar. Paul,
Paul,
Waya Baru,
Ba,
Waya Daibu,
Dai,
Kaya Da,
Ta,
Sanka,
Ka,
Yahweh,
Hawa,
Labaka,
Bat,
Ayuan,
Ali1,
Al, Call, Arakazah.
In English, keep not outside,
Keep not outside.
O Yahweh, hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
Be not still.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee,
They that hate thee,
hath lifted up the head,
lift up the
they
head.
have taken crafty counsel
That take crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off of being a nation,
let us cut them off in the nation.
that the name of Yasharallah
The name of Yahweh,
may be no more in remembrance.
we no more remember.
For they have consulted together but one consent.
So they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
Y'all confederate against
the
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Eden,
and the Ishmaelites,
the Israelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
the Hagarene,
The Hagarene,
the Baal,
the Ball,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
and the Philistines, the habits of Tyre.
Philistines, that happened to Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
So is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot,
They have opened to the light.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
go up to them as unto the Edomites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Ben,
at the brook of Kison,
as the brook of Kison,
which spares and endure.
bears to Endor.
They became as dung for the earth,
The kingdoms go to the earth,
make the nobles like a rib,
the nobles like a word,
and like to eat.
like Zee,
Yea,
yea,
all the princes as Zabah,
all the princes as in Bach,
and as Moon,
as the moon,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the house of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession,
O my power,
my father,
make them like a wheel,
make them like the wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So pursue them with thy tempest,
First be done with that temple,
and make them afraid of thy storm,
make them afraid with that storm,
through the face of shame,
to the face of the shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let it be confounded in trouble
let it be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let it be put to shame and perish,
let it be put to shame and perish,
that men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
the name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now,
And evils of curse,
and even the curse,
and punishment and destruction
punishment, and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
seek against
thy
us,
prophets,
the
thy
prophets,
teachers,
the
the
teachers,
princes,
the
the
princes,
priests,
the
the
priests,
Israelite brothers,
the Israelite
and
brothers,
the school,
and the
and
school,
evils of curses,
the evil
and
curse,
punishment and destruction
punishment, and
to the
destruction
heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
shake loose,
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
treasure of the rich of
that
Israel,
refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to get to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter thy sanctuary,
to enter the
and evils and curses,
the evil curse,
and punishment and destruction
punishment, and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nation,
and the
and
nation,
the drunkard,
to drug
the
their
court system,
court
the
system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
and the God's army,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology, militia,
religion,
Ku Klux Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
DNA,
proselytizers, the
Hospitality,
gay movement,
gay movement,
lesbian movement,
lesbian
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
United
United Space Programs,
Space Program,
Army, Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
the internet,
and airways,
airways,
cable access channels,
access
and the
channel,
radio channel.
radio channel,
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop
and
us,
brings forth destruction
and push us
to all the people
all the
that
heathen,
stand in the way
and stand in the way,
and try to stop us
who try to
from
stop us,
broadcasting your word
broadcasting the word,
throughout the planet Earth.
let
They lose all the pleasure, cause them to go to and fro to the earth and consume them. Let the plague take the house of the thief and the murder.
the house of the thief and the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh stop
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael,
down with flying
comes
sauce,
down on fire, stop
punish all the heathen
all the heat
that come up against us.
that come up against us.
As we speak thy word,
Speak thy word,
cause it to be known by all.
cause it to be known by all.
That is, the angels that done it.
It is the angels that is none.
Cause it to be spread through the media,
Cause it to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
so be it. So, Seb. Shall be seated.
Shalom, Israel. I issue David Soda, Sabbath service. All right, we are going to get into the Tanakh, Ezekiel chapter 21, verses 15 through 21. All right, I'm going to get straight to it. Never get. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 15. Lamain, Tabak, Hawakada, Lamain, Haya, Laha. Wakwa, Marta, Wa, Nasayach, Shabbat, Banya, Masat, Call, Aitaza. 16. Waitan, Ata, Lamarta, Latapax, Ka, Hayya, Awakada, Kharab, Wahaya, Marta, Lata, Awata, Bayad, Hawara, Hawara. 17. Zakwa, Mahayallah, Ban, Dam, Kaya, Haya, Hayata, Baimya, Haya, Bakal, Nasaya, Yashal, Magawaria, Allah, Khara, Haywa, At, Amya, Lakan, Sapat, Allah, Iraq. 18. Kaya, Bakan, Uma, Gam Shabbat, Masa, La'a, Yahayu, Naam, Adani, Yahweh. Verse 19. Wata, Ban Adam, Naba'a, Wahak, Ka, Laka, Takapo, Kara, Salaya Shak, Salaya Sata, Kara, Kalalabon, Haya, Kara, Kalala, Pagadawa, Hakadarat, Laham, verse 20, Lamain, Lamawak, Abba, Waharaba, Namakashari, Al, Ko, Sharayan, Natatia, Abakhat, Korab, Ah, Asharia, Labarak, Baita, Atanak, that's 21. Ata Khadia, Ayamanya, Ashayamya, Ashmayali, Anna, Panya, Mairwa, that's in the 21. All right. All right, so that was the end. Pretty much that was all 7 precepts. Ezekiel chapter 21, verses 15 to 21. We are going to get into the Bible. All right. We'll break this down. Let me see something. So these next verses are pretty much going to elaborate on what was going on last week. The script had pretty much changed from chapter 20 to chapter 21. This is more speaking about actually the death that's going to come to Israel. That's going to be prophesied, and that's going to come to pass. And what we discovered last week is that we are actually going through those times right now. We are still being killed at a high number. Has anybody heard that story about that 13-year-old boy being shot at a gas station?
Yes, sir.
5 times. So he survived, apparently. But a 13-year-old boy got shot 5 times for running with his hands up and telling the police that he has nothing on him. And they were more concerned about the police officer who tripped and fell. They was more concerned about the police officer than they was concerned about this 13-year-old black boy who got shot by about 5 times. And the video is horrifying. And after he got shot, they dragged his body to supposedly try to get him some help. When you get shot or stabbed, you're not supposed to move much. Everybody should know that. And also, too, if you get stabbed, leave the knife inside of you. Because if you take it out, you're going to bleed out more.
Right.
You learn that when you're in school. You know what I mean? In health class. But, can you imagine that? Getting shot 5 times and someone's moving and dragging your body around? God damn. That sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
All the pain and suffering that child was going through. But as far as I know, the brother survived, which is, very rare. Getting shot. Even one bullet can take you out. You want to say something?
You said police shot him?
Yeah, police had shot me at a gas station. And there's footage of him being shot. All right. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. So we had verse 15. Go to verse 9 real quick if you could.
Here we come. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophecy and say, thus saith the Lord. Say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Right, so son of man. You know what I mean? Now also too, once again, I believe Amukbar is the one who said this. About son of man. There's a lot of Christianity behind that. So how you break it down last time? What people think son of man is, or the wrong perception about it?
I can't remember how I put it, but I was the only one.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Christ wasn't the only son of man. Okay? Just like anybody can be called Lord. It's a title. The word Lord just simply means power or authority. Like, for example, you got men in UPK, instead of saying Khan, you say, yes, my Lord, or Khan, my Lord. It's like saying, sir, authority, power. Because with the ranking system, there's power and authority. All right? So, yeah, just how the brother said it. You know what I mean? Like, Christ wasn't the only son of man. We are son of man as well. The prophets and the priests of the Most High that out here doing the work. All right? Go ahead. And ain't there something in the Bible that says son of men as well? Like men? Like something like, is it men? No. It's like, I think there's 2 different contexts of son of man. It can speak about the prophets and the priests. Otherwise, the other ones is not the heathens, but Gentiles, in a sense. Like when it talks about sons of men had slept, the inspiration precept in Deuteronomy. You know what I'm talking about? Sons of men slept with or mingled with
Sons of God.
Something like that. All right. So I'll double check on that. But I know there's a different context when it comes to son of man. All right. And Christ wasn't the only one. If you are a prophet or priest and you are walking in the path of Christ and you are following the Most High, you are a son of man. Okay? You are the son of the Most High. If you are a sister who's doing the work of the Lord, you are a daughter of Zion, a daughter of God. That's what that means. Keep going.
Verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make murk?
What is mirth? What is mirth used for? Go ahead.
Laughter, happiness, laugh, be
Mirth.
happy, you. Jolly.
Okay. I want you to do one more time. From the top.
Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Right. So it's a question that's being asked.
Right.
So should we then make mirth? Because this sword is being sharpened, and the purpose of it is being used for slaughter,
Right.
to kill.
Right.
So we're saying, should we then make mirth? What is mirth used for? And what time, place, or setting is mirth used for? What?
Steve, mirth got to do it. Had to be happy, glad at that time, but I think you should be glad that one could send a sword to all of us.
So okay, so if mirth, okay, the reason why I was mentioning mirth is because talking about death. Death is not happy. You know what I mean? I believe based on the Israelite culture and tradition, we would bring mirth to like what, a funeral? You know what I mean? As far as the burial and things of that sort, like in the school, for example. You know what I mean? Also, too, frankincense and myrrh is the Most High's favorite, scent. Okay? Huh? Myrrh? Oh, I said myrrh. It's a lie, my bad. It's a lie, my bad. But yeah, my bad. I said it backwards. No, so mirth. So I mean, you know what mirth is, right? Yeah.
And it's laughter.
Okay. So should we then make mirth? Keep on.
It contamineth the rod of my son as every tree.
And what does that mean? And it contendeth the rod of my son as every tree. What you see in verse 9 and 10 is metaphors. Want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, no sure. So when it says it contendeth the rod of my son as every tree, you understand what that means?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, first you got to look at what the word contendeth means. It might be different in the Webster's dictionary. Last time that I checked.
Got the definition.
You got it. Go ahead.
Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, 10th edition. Contempt. To view or treat with contempt, or scorn. Synonym, despise.
So that's what it is, despising or lack of respect, right? So when it says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, it is furbished that it make glitter, right? Should we then make mirth? And you was right, make mirth. Talking about the gladness or laughter, right? It contendeth the rod of my son as every tree. Now, so we know what the word contendeth means. It contendeth the rod of my son as every tree. What is that talking about now? It contendeth the rod of my son. What does that mean? You got it.
So if I'm not mistaken on this context,
Mm-hmm.
rods would have been pulled from the tree, used by sons of men
Right.
as maybe some of our weapons of warfare
Right.
to discipline or scold the people.
Uh-huh.
So their weapons contemn ours. It's
Right.
the same way that we pluck it from every tree.
Right.
Ours get pretty much like stripped away from us and left of no authority.
So there you go. Give him a man. That's it. It's right. It was right there. That's it. And also too, what the brother did was I don't know if you noticed, but he paraphrased another precept. All right, that's similar to this one. You will have to have some background knowledge about the rod. You feel me? When it comes to the Old Testament, a rod, not a rod in the Bible. We talk about like a weapon. You know what I mean, or like a staff, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it was used for as a weapon, as a tool. Okay, like you got different types of rods. A staff rod, a fishing rod. You got other stuff like that that are tools that are used for something, right? So it considered the rod of my son as every tree. So based on what the brother just said, that was absolutely on point. That was it. Keep going.
Verse 11. And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled.
Right.
This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer.
So now this sword, right? This weapon is being furbished. It's being sharpened. So it's going through the whole process of being, what's the word you would use as a blacksmith? Besides furbished and being sharpened, it's going through the process of
tempered, hardened.
There you go. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's being, fastened. It's being it's going through the process of being a masterpiece to become something like this. You know what I mean? You see this right here. This is something that was sharpened and furnished. You know what I mean? Before it was just ugly and all beat up. There was no use for it. It was just nothing. It was garbage. But now this tool is used for a purpose. It's being used for something. Okay? But now it says though, it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Once again, I mentioned this last week. There's a time and place where our people went to war against each other. This story is about how King David had to go to war with his own people to stop all the nonsense that was going on amongst our people. He had to set the record straight. That's why King David could not build the temple. Somebody else had to do it, which was his son, King Solomon, because he had too much blood on his hands from all the wars with the northern and the southern kingdom. All right? Keep going.
Verse 12. Cry and howl, son of man. It shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Tears by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh.
And as you know, this is going on right now. It says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon the princes of Israel. This is going on right now, man. Also, too, once again, I believe our leaders have been quiet for a long time.
Yeah.
All I hear is Commander General Yohanan and his soldiers.
That's right.
We don't hear nobody else speaking against all the nonsense, all the stuff that's going on with our people. A lot of major things have happened in the past couple of months. With all the mass shootings, black people being targeted. There's even stories about the Gadite brothers and sisters that I'm not hearing too much about either. Well, how about the Hispanics that's going through hell out there in California and Mexico? There's so much that's happening that's not being talked about. They are quiet as the church knows. All they want is those tithes, and that's it. And very soon, these Christian churches are going to close down, like they are closing down, but slowly. It's not happening at a major number, but it's going to happen very soon. That has been prophesied before, and it will come to pass. Just wait, just a little more, more time, and just see how their kingdom is going to fall and fall and fall.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 13. Because it is a trial, and what if the sword contend even the rod? It shall be no more, saith the Lord God.
So yeah, so what if this weapon comes against another weapon? You know what I mean? It shall be no more, saith the Lord God. Keep going.
Verse 14. Thou therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite thine hands together, and let the sword be doubled the third time.
Sharpen that sword. Keep going.
The sword of the slain. It is the sword of the great men that are. It is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entereth into their privy chambers.
You say private chambers. What's like this is all planned out. This is detail by detail description of what's going to happen to our nation, our people. Now, this can all be avoided if we decide to go back and serve the Lord. Like this, what we are reading right now, this can happen to our enemies, the heathens, the strangers that are round about us. This can be them in this situation, but it is us because we decide to go against the Lord. That's why monkeypox is around. That's why HIV is around. You got all these STDs, drug addiction. All these things is happening to us and it's clinging on to us is because we decide to go against the Lord. So we are getting the punishment. But don't mistake that our enemies are not. They are definitely getting the punishment.
That's
but
right.
We are going through the curses in their kingdom. We are getting hit harder than they are. But if we decide to go back to the original plan, the covenant of what the Lord gave us, this place will be under our rulership in a second. Christ will come down way before you can even utter another word. Like Christ will be here. And this place will be ours. It will be in our hands. Everybody's speaking about all the terrors and all the things that's going on in the earth. You know, I mean, I think I just heard somebody at the slave. They was talking about, I think it's dangerous to bring a child into this world and stuff like that. I hear you, no sweat. And the fact that someone even has to say those things or speaking about fear and protection, it lets us know that this is where we do our job. Like our enemies are more righteous in their wickedness. And we need to be more righteous in serving the Lord versus being righteous in their kingdom.
Right.
Because being righteous in America is really just being a wicked, disgusting bastard.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You are trying to be like your oppressor.
That's right.
Their sense of righteousness is really just taking, robbing, and stealing and not taking accountability for it. You know what I mean? You got all these devils who say that, they're millionaires and they're doing this, they're doing that in life. You know, they were set up for success in the world. Well, where did you get all that success from? Did you take it or did you really work hard for it? Understand that your enemy doesn't work hard for a goddamn thing.
That's right.
But they expect you to work from the ground up. Because they'll be damned if you decide to, rob and pillage and steal and nothing happens. They want you to suffer the punishment and take all the accountability, but they should not. That is the pride and the destruction and the evil of our oppressor. You got to know who you're dealing with out here.
That's right.
That's not your friend. Johnny and Becky is not your friend.
That's right.
They will bite you like the snakes that they are. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, that their heart may faint, and their wounds be multiplied. It is made bright. It is wrapped up for the slaughter.
Please break that down. That is so fucking good. It's like, that is fucking deep. Good night.
That's right.
Go ahead, break that down.
Okay.
That's deep right there, man.
have set the point of the sword against all their gates. I mean, he's turning the tide. Like a lot of the methods that they had used to destroy people is being used against them.
Yes.
All this fear mongering and exploitation. I mean, their people are being exposed. Their people are being thrown under the bus. They can't just vilify us like that no more without us knowing the truth.
Exactly, and that's perfect what he just said, because even Qudash Sayan had used the same word, fear mongering, which is a thing that's going on right now. Once again, you can't tell me that this Bible is not speaking about today.
Right.
It's not speaking about tomorrow and next year. This Bible is on point. Like, these scriptures is what lets us know what time it is today. I ain't talking about the time that it is right now, it being 1:12. I'm talking about really what time it is today. Like, what's happening around us. So many people today are still focused on the flat earth, focused on conspiracy theories, but no one's really talking about what's happening around us, in front of us. And we spoke about that last week at camp. Like the real conspiracy is what's happening in front of you, the thing that you cannot unsee, that's right in your face. We were just talking about Roe versus Wade. The brother said that there's going to be a lot of babies in dumpsters. There's going to be more creative ways to not take accountability, more ways how to kill your baby, instead of more resourceful ways how to keep your baby alive.
Definitely.
You feel like, do we see what's really happening? We're focused on, oh, women should be able to, speak up for themselves and be able to, have a choice of whether they want to keep the baby or not. That's not the focus.
That's right.
The focus is there are strongholds of people that want you dead. They want to make you extinct. They don't want you around at all. Once they figure out a way to kill a portion of Black and Hispanic people, they're going to work on the other portion. Bit by bit, they're working on trying to kill the children. Then they're working on getting the man out of the house. And then that leaves the woman on her own with no protection. So now she's next. And that's what's happening right now. One by one, these strongholds, our oppressor is finding a way to kill us all off. That's really what's happening. That's right in front of you. Like a lot of people find, it's crazy because us in the ISUPK, we get hell from the people in the world because we go against what they believe, what they want to do, because it's not of the Lord.
That's right.
Because we decide to have standards, a foundation, and morality, we are the problem, is what they say. But really, they are the problem. I don't know if you notice, everything that we do in the UPK, following the Bible, it has did nothing but help our nation.
Right.
And what's so beautiful is when brothers and sisters come into this school, they used to believe whatever the crap that they used to believe in the world, but when they actually come in and really get the understanding, they start to really see the problem with their life was just listening to the world, following what the world was doing. Like, let me ask you a question, Mark. What was that thing that let you know, like, damn, this is wrong? You know what I mean? I was doing this, I was doing that, but this is wrong, but it makes sense why we should not do this as a people. What was that thing that really helped you understand as you came to the school? Because it's that thing that we all have when we come to the school, like, damn, like, I didn't think of it like that. I really didn't fully understand that this was damaging our people. But now that I look at it with a different perspective, it makes sense now. Because a lot of people don't get it in the world. No sweat. That's why we are here for a reason. And we are going to help you understand. With all the aggression, with all the discipline and might and power that we have. But if I may, so like, what is that thing that changed your mind? Like, damn, like, this is really damaging our people, but you really didn't think of it at that time in the past.
The affirmation of a proper moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
That was the clarifying point for me.
Con. You know what I mean? Con. I mean, it was a few things for me. You know what I mean? It was a few things like how could I say it? It's a lot. Well, I'll give you this religion, right? I always knew that. I mean, I don't know. Like I used to sleep in the church. I thought church was boring as hell. I used to think that I was sinning because I used to think that. I used to say it, and I used to hate going to church. I didn't know why. Something about it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? But now when I came to the school, I realized that religion is one of the biggest scams that there is on the face of the earth. And then once you start to learn the background about religion and you learn about actual laws, statutes, and commandments that does not tie into religion at all, things makes a lot more sense. Like you got some people in the world who are getting very close. They say that you ain't gotta go to church to serve God. That's very true. Damn right.
That's right.
What?
It's like I was gonna say, just kind of piggyback about that point. Some had always drawn me to the Bible. I didn't want Christianity though. I knew I didn't want that shit.
And that's my point. I didn't want that either. Like being super young, like I don't know, this was weird to me. Like, and also too, you got the music louder than a fucking pastor. I can't hear shit that you're saying about God. Like, what are you talking about? All I hear is noise, and like it will put you to sleep. And then also too, I would look at the Bible. It's so thick. You know what I mean? It's some thick ass pages in there, right? But no one is talking about all these pages, the entire Bible. No one's breaking down anything. It's all about prosperity and God's gonna bless you and you're gonna be saved. But no one's talking about the real issue or how to use the Bible to fix our real issues in our communities. And that's what really draw me to the truth. Because the things that I saw in this Bible that I've never learned in the church, and I was learning from these brothers, that's what hooked me on. Because I said I can't deny it. And when I found out about the IHPK, and I started to watch some videos, every day since I learned about the school, I remember just being in high school and I couldn't unsee what I was reading and studying and hearing. And I'm like, damn, like I have to really investigate this Bible. And that was the best thing that I could have ever have done because it changed things for me in life, just like it changed a lot of things for us in life. But more than anything, it's the fact that I finally found the truth and I wasn't being lied to. That was the most important thing, man.
That's right.
A lot of our people are being lied to, and that's what's messing us up. That's why we are dying. The Christian church is responsible for a lot of deaths in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. They have a lot of blood on their hands. You know what I mean? Prosperity and blessings, all that stuff definitely is in the Bible. But how the Christians say it, they are putting a twist on it so they can get that money out of you and suck you dry and give you nothing in return. But Salah, you were still saying something about that? No? All right, no sweat. Keep going.
Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 15. Have set the point of the sword against all their gates.
Mm-hmm.
So now again, they're seeing a lot of their weapons of warfare, physically and carnally, being turned against them. They got other superpowers gearing up against them, that their heart may faint. They might seem confident with a lot of shit that they're doing, but I mean, they're panicking right now with the cryptocurrencies and the disease and politically correctness and LGBTQ and World War III on the cusp. They looking for something to draw your attention while their heart is fainted and their wounds be multiplied. A lot of their positions of power are being subverted. I mean, you got China taking over Africa without any bullets being fired. You got business deals being made that it's going to challenge the authority of his kingdom that has held on to for so long.
Time.
It's like your eye is made bright. It is wrapped up for the slaughter. I mean, this thing is about to get served up on a silver platter.
Here you go.
And that brightness, I mean, there's a target on their back.
Right.
You can see them in the pitch black.
Right.
Verse 16. Go thee one way or other, either on the right hand or on the left, whithersoever thy face is set. You know what I'm saying? You better make the choice. You better pick the side. Either you're gonna rock with them or you're gonna rock with the Lord.
Right.
It ain't gonna be no middle ground.
Right.
Verse 17. I will also smite mine hands together, and I will cause my fury to rest. I, the Lord, have said it.
Right.
So I don't wanna. How would I say this? Like, you ever seen a card dealer at the blackjack table? Like, kind of like showing his hands, like we done, like we about to kick this shit off, like it ain't
right.
It's like I don't know how to explain that, but and I will cause my fear to rest, like he set the game in motion. Now you just gonna watch it all kind of play out. Verse 18. The word of the Lord came unto me again, saying, 19. Also, thou son of man, appoint thee 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babylon may come. Both twain shall come forth out of one hand, out of one land, and choose thou a place. Choose it at the head of the way to the city. Hardly, man. Hardly. I mean, that's a spot that was chosen for us.
Right.
To kick this thing off. That's what we call home.
Right. You said Harlem, right?
Okay.
Right. Home of the Truth, man, 1969.
That's right. I'll point thee 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babylon may come. It's like, how would you break that down?
You said 19?
Okay.
You said, appoint thee 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babylon may come. Those swine shall come forth out of one land, and choose out a place, choose it at the hand of the way to the city. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing that you just said. Pretty much saying, so of course Ezekiel and Jeremiah and I believe Daniel were all a part of the Babylonian captivity. All right, and of course you will hear their sides of the story as far as what all went down. So pretty much it's saying like you have to choose a side.
That's right.
When it talks about choosing a place in the head of the way to the city, like you have to, like, how can I say it? You have to choose the side that you're going to be on, either whether it's with the Lord, otherwise if it's with like the king of Babylon, if you're going to be with the wicked or be with the righteous, because twine is 2, right? Twain is 2. Twain is 2. I said twine. Twain. So appoint thee 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babylon may come. Both twain shall come forth out of one land. Yeah, and that makes sense once again. Also, too, that path that it speaks about in the Apocrypha, right? It speaks about 2 paths. What is that 2 paths? That speaks about, I want to say in Esdras, you got a narrow path and you got a broad path. And in Esdras, it speaks about what happens if you decide to choose one or the other. So that could be a precept. Go ahead, you want to say something?
I think is that you can serve the Lord, you have a choice, or you can serve the king of Babylon and all. That's what it commits. To choose, Kelvin, who you don't choose.
It sounds about right. Yeah, I'll give you a hand on that. That's good. That's right. I'll give you another one. Me and you, Kawan, we had grabbed this precept as well last week at camp. You can't serve 2 masters.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you have to make a decision.
Right.
There's no such thing as serving 2 people. You either gonna hate the one or love the other.
That's right.
So in this sense, you gotta figure it out before it's too late.
That's
so
right.
this scripture is also giving. It's also speaking about giving a chance of you figure it out before it's too late. So you know how we always talk about that grace period of time.
Right.
Just think about it right now. You don't have no grace period of time. All right, because before you came into the truth, you could have been dead.
That's right.
All right, like Black and Hispanic people do not have a grace period of time like they think they do. Think of Christ coming today. Do you see yourself making it to the chariots? Yes or no? That's for you to think about and for you to decide what you should do moving forward. Because Christ does come unexpectedly, like a thief in the night.
That's right.
He comes when no man knows. Even Christ don't know when he's going to return on this earth. Not even the angels. That's in the book of Matthew as well. So you got to choose which side is you want to be on. Keep going.
Right.
Verse 20. Appoint the way that the sword may come to Rabbah of the Ammonites, and to Judah and Jerusalem the defense. Verse 21. For the king of Babylon stood at the parting of the way, at the head of the two ways, to use divination. He made his arrows bright. He consulted with images. He looked in the liver.
So now this is good, because not only is this speaking as a metaphor, this is something physically happening. Why is it divinations happening at one side of the head of the gates, and the parting of the way at the head of the two ways? So at the head of the two ways, one is being used with divination. What is divination? That word is used a lot in the Bible. Go ahead.
And that's supposed to be the prediction of the weather and all that stuff.
No. Divination. What is divination? So as the brother's getting divination, right? Just understand that it's used as a distraction, of course, right? They're trying to set up a defense against this sword being drawn towards them. Go ahead.
I think divination is, can it be a soothsayer too?
No.
No. Soothsayer.
Well, you said soothsayer, right?
Yeah.
Soothsayer as a what? Like it's fun.
Soothsayer. I forgot what soothsayer is.
No sweat.
Witchcraft or something.
Say it again.
Using witchcraft or something.
So yeah, that's right. So that's what divination really is. In a nutshell, it's witchcraft. All right. You got divination. You got enchanters. You got is it necromancer? Necromancers. You know what I mean? All of that is just all wickedness.
Right.
So at the head of two-way, what is it? What is that? Yeah, at the head of the two ways to use divination, he made his arrows bright. He consulted with images. He looked in the liver. Now, this is metaphorically speaking, and I guess physically speaking as well. Okay? How can we use this today? What is being used right now to distract us?
The music industry.
You said music industry?
Yeah.
What else?
Television.
Television? Okay, media. What else?
Fictional books.
Okay, so what topic was we just speaking on as far as what happened yesterday? That was very major news. That's major news right now.
The little boy got shot?
No. Well, that as well. Police brutality. We just spoke about it. What has been going on with the Supreme Court?
Oh, that.
So what exactly am I speaking about? What happened with the Supreme Court yesterday? Roe versus Wade. We're talking about the abortion, legalizing abortion everywhere. Also, too, that is a distraction.
Okay, yeah.
All right. You see what I'm saying? So you haven't found it yet? Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
Webster's Dictionary, divination, the art or practice that seeks to foresee or foretell future events or discover hidden knowledge, usually by the interpretation of omens or by the aid of supernatural powers, or 2, unusual insight, intuitive perception.
And if you get more deeper into it, you know what I mean? Unless once again, that's witchcraft.
Right.
What is it? Palm readers. It's other one that starts with F. It's one with the cards.
Fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers. You know what I mean?
So tarot cards.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, my granddaddy, grandma had one of those people talked to her. He took off her money.
Of course, yeah, come on.
My granddad ain't nothing but hopes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, all that stuff is fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that is fake. So of course, in the Bible, you know what I mean, we just stick with the Bible. We don't give you nothing that's out of the ordinary. We're not going to tell you that we can speak to spirits and demons and stuff like that. All that is witchcraft. All right. But what we do though, is the Lord does speak to us. And when we say that the Lord speaks to us, he puts the Spirit on us to say, to do righteous deeds.
That's right.
If you done a righteous deed, if you done something glorious, the Spirit of the Most High was on you. When you go to camp and we call our oppressor the devil that the Bible speaks of, and we get boot kisses, the Spirit of the Lord was on us. When a brother comes up and listens to what we're saying and gets a flyer, the Spirit of the Lord was on us. And it was on that brother to get that flyer. You feel me? Like that's how it happens. And really it's a vibe. You can have the Spirit of the Lord on you or the spirit of Satan on you, which is a demon. All right, all that is a vibe. Don't look at all the TV shows that shows you how all these spirits are leaving in and out of you and stuff like that. I'm like, don't get too spooky with it. All right, just think real life. Have you ever done something so terrible, and after you committed that terrible act, you start to feel ashamed? You start to feel guilty? That demon has left you. Because the demon was possessing you to do whatever they wanted you to do. And after their job was done, they left you with the guilt and the shame. You know what I mean? Now, have you ever done something miraculous, something so good, something so great, and you get a good feeling about doing it? That's the Spirit of the Lord. But don't think too much on the emotional feeling about it. Just think about the action of it. All right? The action of what you do. All right? To display if it's of the Lord, if it's of Satan. Simple as that. Let's keep going. But if I may, Salaki, did you want to say something about this precept?
I mean, not particularly. So like going back to 19. So I mean, they talk about those Son of Man appoint you 2 ways.
Right.
That the sword of the king of Babylon may come. And I don't want to kind of saying like picking a side, but like this is helping define the difference. Pick 2 ways. Like either you're gonna go this way, and that's what this is, or you're gonna come with us and we'll explain to you what this is. It's again, it's causing that separation, that dividing line between who's gonna follow the Most High and who's gonna follow men, more or less.
Right. And so, once again, also too, in the Apocrypha, when it talks about that straight gate, that narrow gate, you want to follow the narrow one, because we don't have a broad gate when it comes to coming into the truth. This is not for everybody. We are a small sanctuary. Okay? The Christian church is bigger, in number, when it comes to the IHBK, and that's fine. And that's how we like it. This lets you know that this is the truth. We are a small number. All we want is 144,000. That's what we want. We don't want no half-ass, lukewarm, lazy, people in the work of the Lord. We want someone that's serious about the Lord and about their people.
That's right.
Real soldiers, real brothers and sisters who are standing for their people without compromise. That's what we need in this small sanctuary.
That's right.
But in spirit, we are whole. We are bigger than a Christian church. We are rich because we serve the Lord. We ain't giving wicked counsel, man. If a sister calls you saying, hey Salakia, Officer Amunkabar, I'm going through it with my husband. Should I leave him? Is he gonna say yes? Leave that nigga? No. Hey sis, you being emotional right now, this is what you do. A, B, and C. You follow that. Now it's up to her if she want to follow that counsel. The brother says, man, hey, I don't know if I want to be in the school. Like, my kids are against me. My wife is against me. Get you some more wife and kids. All right. If they leave you, no sweat. Go make some more.
That's right.
Go get some more. Your family lets you. We are your family.
That's right.
That's it. You know what I mean? Now, okay, I would never advise anyone to do this, right? It's kind of funny, but I was young. I was very young in the truth, right? So I used to tell people that were asked about my family. I used to tell people in the world, like, I'm an orphan. Around the time I came into the school, because my family was against me coming to the school. You know what I mean? They started to notice that, I was changing. And so they were just against me. They would talk trash about me, just be like, oh, he's brainwashed. He's in he's in a cult, all this other stuff, right? But anybody say nothing about that as far as the Christian church and, so on and so forth, right? But I used to tell people, like, I'm an orphan. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's like, no, it's all good. I got me a new family, though, in the truth. And I just say that, you know what I mean? But I would say it to be funny. But you know what I mean. But I would advise no one to ever say that, because people was taking it serious. You know what I mean. But really, in actuality, it was true. When your family is against you and they leave you and they pretty much shun you, they pretty much said that you are not a part of the family no more. And no sweat. I found me a family. We all found the family in the UPK, and we stick with each other. We are one body.
That's right.
And that's it. And no sweat to that. What did Christ say at camp when the disciples had said that your mother and your brother is here? What did Christ say? What did he do and say at the same time? Anybody? So a disciple that came up to Christ when they was at camp, and the brother said, hey Christ, Yahweh Shai, your mother and your father's here. I mean, so like your mother and your brothers are here. What did he say? How did Christ reply to that disciple? What?
He said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? He kept on teaching. And he said, my mother and my brothers are the ones that follow the Most High.
Right. And the beautiful part about that, too, when he said that, he put his arm around his brothers. He said, you are my family. And you know what's so cold about that? When you watch the TV shows, right? You got people who say, oh, hey, this brother right here is my day one. He's my right hand man. Now, y'all probably been knowing each other for like 10, 15 years. But y'all ain't blood like that, but as if y'all was. Y'all, and really in the UPK, when we meet each other, it's as if we've known each other our whole lives. And it's so beautiful how we relate to each other like that. And Christ said, look, hey, he put his arm around that brother, and the other brother, he said, look, who is my mother? Who is my brothers? Y'all are my family. That's what he said. Because in actuality, we are a family. All right? All right, keep going. Go ahead.
It was at the end of 21. You want to read that again?
No, unless you want to make another point.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So that's it on that. That being said, got it.
Magin. Sakya Magin. On Yakadom, turn face to east. Say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadat, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Lakwatka,
Lakwatka,
Taba'a, Watzaka, Haya, Esha, Barakza, Kawak, Haya, Bashmai, Tanganau, Lakom, Ko, Yawam, Wasalakna, Kabawatna, Kaslakna, Kabawatina, Wala'a, Tabiana, Manasawam, Ball, Haushana, Mayan, Right, Kayat, Baka, Amalakwa, Waha'al, Watapara, Laulam, Amam.
In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayani, Al-Habari, Mayan, Yabaa, Azari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shaman, Barak, Al-Yatham, Ramwat, Agal, Al-Yalamam, Shamar, Anala'a, Yawam, Wala'at, Yaishan, Shalomar, Yashal, Yahweh, Shamar, Yahweh, Yazolka, Aliyah, Yamyam, Yawmam, Ashima, La'a, Yakika, Wa'ara, Layla, Yahweh, Yashamar, Paul Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kaza'atka, Wabu'aka, Maika, Wai, Alam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes to the hill, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Who will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah, which I neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in. And this time forth, and even for it such life, and even forevermore.
Prayer for the cock, the power in Hebrew, Yahweh Shem Yahushua,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua,
Yahushua, Thundernaut, Cock, Larafa'ah, Mafala, Madawa, Cock, Natahar, Amatazar, Cock, Lahaki, Cock, Arakwa, Atamala, the Garson, Hashem Yahushua,
power in the English.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. Power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua,
Murakanaw, Wayashal, Wahabaya, Safari, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun. At this time, you can say the name of the loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If on social media, you can type in the name of the loved one and send the prayers up with you.
All of Israel. Israelite School UPK. IHK Minnesota.
Desiree Davis.
All
UPK.
All UPK Minnesota. Israelite School UPK.
UPK.
All of Israel. Shimmy Al-Shah,
in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
bless us in Yashua,
bless us in Yahushua,
in the school,
and the school,
bless him, should protect,
bless his protect,
love him,
love him.
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you, so be it.
so be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alright.
Aldam Yalaka,
Adam Yamaka,
Alta Karach,
Alta Karash,
Alta Shakwa,
Alta Squat,
Oh,
Oh,
Yahna,
Yahna,
Wabika,
Yahna,
Yahamid Yawan,
how many want?
Raj,
Raj,
Alamaka,
Amak,
Yawyam,
Yarayam,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Wayata Yatazwa,
Bayat, Taj,
Altas Wapandika,
Alta the Public,
Amaru,
Amar,
Lakawa,
Nakawa,
Walakakidam,
Nakakida,
Wadawi,
Magara,
Wala Ayazaka,
Ayas Ko,
Samya Sal,
Shamya Sha'al,
Awad,
Iwad,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Akazwa,
Nawa Taj,
Labat,
Baba,
Yakadwa,
Taj,
Alyaka,
Ayat,
Baryat,
Maria,
Akarak,
Barak,
Ahalia,
Ahon,
Arawam,
Alon,
Raya Shemai Aliyam,
Raya Shema, Ayat,
Mawab,
Ma'al,
Magari,
Ma'al,
Kabal,
Ma'al,
Wamuam,
Ma'al,
Wamalak,
Ma'al,
Shak,
Shah,
Amishabi,
Shah,
Hazawar,
Tazawar,
Damashabu,
Amash,
Nalawat,
Nawa,
Amam,
Amon,
Aywa,
Awa,
Zarwat,
Zarwa,
Labani Lawat,
Abun Nawa,
Salat,
Salah,
Aisha,
Shah,
Laham,
Lahon,
Kamadi,
Mad,
Nasiyan Sara'at,
Kasiya, Sarah,
Kayabim,
Yat,
Manakol,
Ko,
Wayashwan,
Yashu,
Nasamadu,
Shemad,
Bayanda Aru,
Ayanda Al,
Aywa,
Aywa,
Daman,
Amon,
Radam,
Adam,
Shatam,
Adam,
Nariyamaw,
Nariyamam,
Kara,
Ra,
Wakzaaba,
Sa'ab,
Wakzabat,
Ba,
Wakzazomanai,
Zorna,
Kal Nasayakam,
Farnas, Kam,
Ashar,
Shaw,
Amar,
Amon,
Nairashat,
Shah,
Lambat,
Anwa,
At, Nawat,
Nawa,
Alain,
Alai,
Alaya,
Alaya,
Shatam,
Tam,
Gavula,
Dog,
Watch,
Swatch,
Panyarakat,
Manivara Ka,
Kaach,
Ash,
Kabayri Ira,
Mari Ira,
Wakalahab,
Wahat,
Alahat,
Alahat,
Aryam,
Arian,
Kanthar Dat,
Kanda Ka,
Kanthar Datma,
Kanda Ka,
Asarika,
Sara,
Obasa Wapatka,
Basu Pat,
Tabalam,
Talahon,
Mala'at,
Malaha,
Hanyam,
Panyan,
Walwan,
Malwan,
Wayabakwash,
Malquash,
Shanka,
Shaka,
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Yabashwa,
Rasha,
Wayat Bahawa,
Yat Bahor,
Adi Ai,
Agi Ai,
Wayat Kaparu,
Yat Kapar,
Wayat Babu,
Yat Wow,
Wayat Daiwa,
Yat Ai,
Wayat Ta,
Yat Ta,
Shanka,
Shaka,
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Abaka,
Bat,
Aluan,
Alwan,
Al, Akor, Arakata,
Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thy silence.
Not outside,
O Yahweh,
Yahweh,
hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
be not still,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
Lord,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
he that hate thee,
have lifted up the head,
lifted up the head,
and have taken crafty counsel
take that crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden one.
consult against thy one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Yasha
The name of Yahweh
may be no more in remembrance.
is no more remembered.
But they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They have confederate against
They have confederate against
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
the Israelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
the Baal,
Gabal,
and
Ammon,
Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre,
Philistine, and inhabitants of Tyre.
and so also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot,
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
who unto them as to the Midianites,
who to them is unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as sister,
as to Jabin,
as the man,
as the brook of Kisan,
as the king's son,
which fares to Endor.
first and endure.
They became as dung for the earth,
They became as done for the earth,
make the lawns like the rig,
and the looks like a great,
and as the eat.
like seed.
Yea,
Yea,
are the princes as a bar,
for the princess of fire,
and as the moon,
and some more
who said,
said,
Let us say to ourselves,
let's take ourselves,
the houses of Yahweh in possession,
the house of Yahweh in possession,
O my power,
of our Father,
make it like a wheel,
be like a wood,
as the stubble before the wind,
and the stone before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
fire burning the wood,
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
flames set the mountains on fire.
To purge them with thy tempest.
Purge them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid of thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
To the face of the shame.
Face of shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They might seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
That it be confounded in trouble forever.
That be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
That we put to shame and perish.
That be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
Men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
So he was a curse.
He was a curse.
And punishment and instruction.
Punishment and instruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The like brothers.
Like brothers.
In the school.
In school.
So he was a curse.
And he was a curse.
Punishment and instruction.
Punishment and instruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake
The
loose.
treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refused to get to the school.
That refused to get to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter thy sanctuary.
Enter thy sanctuary.
So he was a curse.
So he was a curse.
And punishment and instruction.
Punishment and instruction.
To the Edomites.
The Edomites.
And the nation.
The nation.
And the drug dealers.
The drug
The
dealers.
court system.
Court system.
The prison system.
Prison system.
Planned parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All governments of our enemies.
Everlasting gods and armies.
Everlasting gods and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology. Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Positivatize.
Advertising.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Works of witchcraft.
Works of witchcraft.
National space programs.
Space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marine.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
The airways.
Cable access channels.
Relax.
And the radio channel.
Radio channel.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
Seek to stop
And bring swift destruction
Bring swift destruction.
to all the
All the
that stand in the way.
that stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Try to stop
From
us.
broadcasting your word.
Broadcasting the word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let lose all the plague.
It was all the play.
Cause it to go to and fro.
All the go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume.
To the earth and consume them.
Let the place at the house of the people.
Let the plagues hit the house of the thief
And the murder.
and murder.
Let Yahweh Shai.
And down the house of
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with flying saucers.
Down fire and
And
sword.
punish all the evil
So all the
that come up against us.
come up against us.
As you speak thy words.
Speak thy word.
Cause we know by all.
Cause we know my own.
That is the angels that have done.
The angels that know.
Cause it spread through the media.
Cause it to spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake it that come.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. So.
Oh, so like, yeah, you got that real quick, yeah.